They say she get it from her mama. Mama say you fuck her right. Body rude is unpolite. Don't be in the humble type.
Okay, everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you do not know me, my name is Kalia Imani White, and on this fine YouTube channel, I love to stir the pot and talk about controversial opinions that can rub people the wrong way, because a lot of people do not like to take accountability. So here we prioritize accountability, we prioritize integrity, and we prioritize growth, all while doing so. So if you're here, I hope that you enjoy today's topic, because today's topic is something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that I've wanted to talk about for a very long time, but these aren't really things that you can say out loud without facing some sort of backlash, which is exactly what my channel is about. And I'm doing my best to start uploading consistently, because I honestly feel like these are things that need to be heard. They're things that need to be said. So without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So in short, today's topic is why godly women win. I want to start us off with the journal prompt today, because journaling is so healthy. It's an easy way to relieve stress and to get everything that's been building up internally out on a page. So today's journal prompt is, what would my life look like if I stopped negotiating value and I started living like I am already chosen? When you have this, write freely for 5 minutes. Like, let God pour through you. Let Jesus pour through you. Like, allow yourself to be with him in that moment as you're writing as if you're already chosen. Give yourself 5 minutes to do so and see what you come up with. It could be magical. So let's get started. Here is the unpopular truth, and that is godly women win in the long run. Not the loudest, not the trendiest, not the most chaotic. It's the women who move with intention, discipline, and purpose. They always rise. So let's talk about it. So godly women have what we like to call discernment. They see red flags even before the red flags are being waved. Other women may call it intuition, but we call it discernment. They don't fall for everyone's potential. They don't date projects, and they don't stay in situations that drain them. They can walk away early before it costs them their peace, their dignity, and their future, and that alone puts them ahead. Godly women have standards, and they do not apologize for it. A lot of modern women struggle because their standards are based on trends, not values, which I've seen a lot of my lifelong friends. Once we ran into our 20s, we just went in separate directions because they follow trends, and that was just not something that I was about. Again, I'm not one to judge someone else's journey. However, it was almost impossible for them to not judge my journey, because I did not make them comfortable enough to continue doing the actions that they were doing. When you're a godly woman, your standards come from security. They come from your identity. There's nothing about that is insecure at all. You can say no. You can wait. You are able to walk away from the wrong man so that the right one has enough time to show up. Because when you know who you are not impressed by bare minimum effort. Godly women do not confuse attention with admiration. In fact, a lot of godly women hate attention. Anyone can get attention, but not everyone can get respect, favor, or devotion. And godly women understand that difference. We don't choose validation because we already feel validated by God. So there's absolutely nothing that you can say to me to sway me in one direction or another. And that inner security, it radiates. It makes godly women look different, move different. Men feel it, other women see it. It's undeniable. And that can get you into a bit of trouble. You really have to be careful of the company that you keep. Because when you are a godly woman, you will not be liked by all. There will be a lot of women who dislike you, a lot of men who want to destroy you. It happens often. Godly women, they build, they do not destroy. So if you look around, you can see that most people want a relationship, but they don't want the responsibility of one. But a godly woman is different. She brings peace into a room. She handles conflict with maturity. That communication is amazing. And she doesn't create chaos just to feel loved. She's not perfect, but she is principled. And that is rare. Whenever I think of a godly woman, I always think of my great grandmother who has been married for 75 years. The way that she keeps our home together, the way that she handles conflict, the way that she chooses to communicate. There's something so admirable about her. Like, it's beautiful, honestly. And I take pride in going to her for any of my issues and for her to help me to overcome whatever is happening out in the world. And I feel that that is a lot of reason why growing up, it was always a little difficult for me to fit in with my friends and fit in with people who I went to school with, because at home I had godly grandparents who had been married for so long and who had walked with Christ for so long. And the way that they move is very different. I didn't ever feel the need to indulge in alcohol or to chase after lust and all of those teenage desires and date multiple people or have a quote unquote hoe phase, because I already knew that there was nothing positive that could possibly come from exploring those options, because I come from godly grandparents. So for them teaching me that so young, it kind of made me a bit of a misfit, because I don't have a lot of people around me who weren't indulging in those activities. So it was hard, but I am grateful by the grace of God. I did find my husband when I was really young, and he felt the exact same way, which is interesting because he did not grow up with religion in his life, but he did feel that a lot of the things that people did and the activities that they were drawn to was just not something that he was ever drawn to. He didn't feel that there was anything positive logically that could come out of being inebriated or not being sexually active with more than one person and being sexually promiscuous. It just was never anything that he felt confident in doing, because he's a very logical person, and logically it makes no sense to put yourself in that situation, and spiritually it also does not make sense to put yourself in that position. So we kind of aligned in that way, where we both felt the same way, except I had been taught that and he had been guided through that by God, whether he knew it or not. Godly women win because they are not led by the world. This is where the controversy comes in, because I've had so many friends of mine try their hardest to push me into a hoe phase. Try their hardest. And this is why I always say I can always accept anyone for how they are, but it is so difficult for people to accept me for who I am, because I make people uncomfortable, because I do not validate their insecurities. I didn't need a whole face. I didn't need to follow the culture or whatever was going on in Instagram models and those things. And that's why a lot of women lose, because they follow culture and not wisdom. And when you try to speak wisely to these women, you're judgmental. Culture says party more, hook up more, be delusional, don't need anyone, do whatever feels good. But culture also leaves women burned out, used up, and confused by 29, wondering why nothing is fulfilling to them. A godly woman is not perfect. She just does not live like she's lost. She chooses purpose over partying, discipline over chaos, self-respect over temporary thrills, a future over a phase, and that mindset alone creates success. And this is actually something that my husband and I talk about a lot with our parents, and how, well, my mom, she passed away when I was younger, but more specifically how the older generation who are now in their 50s, who spent so much of their time partying and prioritizing things that weren't godly. Anything godly is logical. I always put it that way when people are like, well, you don't have to always bring religion into it, and not everyone believes in your religion. No, but you do believe in logic. So is it logical to be consistently inebriated, to not be in your right mind, to have multiple sexual partners when you're younger, and then by the time that you're in your 50s, you're wondering why this life is not fulfilling for you? It's because you're not able to do the things that you once were doing, because you are older. You're burnt out. You're no longer in that prime era that you thought would last forever, which logically, I don't know why you thought that to begin with. Even when you go to the hospital, they'll ask you, how many sexual partners have you had within the past year? And if your answer is more than one, then you're sexually risky. You're practicing risky behaviors sexually. So I'm not really understanding why people act like it's like a crazy religious psychosis thing. No, this is logic. It doesn't make any sense for you to put yourself through trial and error like that, hoping and crossing your fingers that whatever bad happens to most people won't happen to you. I have lots of friends who have gone through STDs and things like that, or have had scares like that because they chose to participate in sexually risky behaviors. I have a friend who, and I'm not blaming her in any way for this because this is tragic. And even if you are inebriated, nothing bad should happen to you. Like, no one should put their hands on you while you are your most vulnerable. But I do know someone who was inebriated. Someone took advantage of that. And when she woke up, she was distraught, and it's been years, and that is something that she's still trying to come back from. And as of right now, she's like addicted to nicotine and things like that because it's something that caused a lot of trauma within her, rightfully so. Like, that is tragic, and I try my best to help her through that. But that's why I want young women to be aware that you have to be careful. And a lot of these things that the culture says you should do are not things that are logical. You should not ever not be in your right mind. That's not logical to be under the influence to the point where you can't control your limbs. That's not logical. It's not logical to have a whole phase. I don't know anyone who has done that has been satisfied with themselves in the end. Those people are usually chasing love, and they're chasing for it in all the wrong places. And then they get offended when someone like me tells them you probably should not do that. But it's the truth. You probably should not do that. It's dangerous. It's sexually risky. You're putting yourself in harm's way, and anything could happen to you. You have to be careful. You have to be discerning. And the closer that you get to God, the easier that these things will be. And that brings me to my final point, and that is godly women win because they know how to play the long game. They are patient. They're not out here chasing thrills. They're not out here chasing love. They're not out here chasing temporary satisfaction. If you feel the need to do that, then there is a deeper issue, and therapy should be involved. Because honestly, you're creating more trauma for yourself. A lot of women who are sexually promiscuous and have multiple sexual partners, they always have that feeling that they are not good enough, that there is something wrong with them. They are chasing something to be filled. There is a void, and that void needs to be filled by healing, by therapy, but they're trying to find other ways to mask that depression that they're feeling. And a godly woman understands this. She understands seasons. She knows that not everything is instant. Relationships take time. Character takes time. Blessings take time. She doesn't rush. She doesn't panic. She trusts. And that's why her life may not look exciting at 22. But at 32, she's thriving while other people are trying to recover from the actions that they made in their 20s. She wins because she knows who she belongs to. The world can't define her. People can't shake her. Men can't manipulate her. And friends cannot pressure her. Because her foundation is spiritual, not social. And that is the most unfair advantage a woman can have. So the truth is, godly women don't win because they're perfect. They win because they live with intention. They live with purpose. They move with wisdom. And in a world that is obsessed with shortcuts and validation, that level of discipline is undefeated. So if you're watching this and you feel far from that woman, or if I've offended you in any way, I am sorry, and it's okay. Start with one thing. Start treating your life like it's worth protecting. Who you are now is worth protecting. And with that being said, as I'm wrapping up this video, I do want to say I am not perfect, okay? I'm not a perfect Christian. I am not some perfect godly woman. I curse. I get angry. Other than that, that's about it. But no, I have not been perfect. I have had my fair share of downfalls in learning, just like everyone else, especially when you're in your early 20s. When I was in my early 20s, I was learning, I was stumbling, and I was not in any way near God. Like I had fallen so far away from him, trying to chase the world. And I felt so unhappy. And I was so unhappy and depressed to the point in my life, I asked myself, well, when was the last time that you were happy? Let's find that. And the last time that I can remember myself being happy was being a teenager and going to Bible study every week and being active in the church and being close with God, where there was no room for question. Nothing was confusing. Even when my mom passed away, I did not question it because I understood God's plan. I understood that this life is just temporary, right? And that is what led me back to Christ. And that's when I realized I was unhappy because I was too far away from him, from trying to chase what everyone else in my friend group was chasing, from trying to chase what people were telling me to chase, all these temporary lifestyle fast fulfillments that are not at all fulfilling. And by the time that you are in your 50s, you're going to still be chasing that, and nothing else is going to feel fulfilling. And there are people out there who chase those lifestyles who look at mine and say that it's lame. But I think that it's beautiful, it's healthy, and it's whole. And there's nothing that I would be chasing outside of Christ. So I hope that this video helped you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And let me know how you are going to be practicing being a more godly woman or working towards that. And I am sorry if I offended you. However, some things just need to be said. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I put that on my